Do you want to say she's injured heading into the World Championships? As a matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, it is gonna be our excuse. Let's say she doesn't win gold, at the World Championships. Am I gonna hear y'all say, "Well, she suffered a sore hamstring before, the World Championships"? Trackies, I'm telling you right now, I don't want to hear it.
Unbelievable! He's done it again! Thompson pulls here! Thompson Hero wins! 10-6-0! Olympic record! Whoa! Corey got a big Devin to start winning third. Corey Riddick taking it off. Corey. Corey number. Another goal. The legacy as one of the all-time greats is surely complete.
Hey Trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. Trackies, please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Yes, this video is about Sha'carri Richardson, and yes, y'all Americans are about to attack me, but who cares? Go off, right? Now, with that said, Sha'carri Richardson was supposed to line up in the women's 100 meters at the London Diamond League to face off against, big guns, Marie-Jose Tallou, Shericka Jackson, Dina Asher-Smith, but she pulled out of that event. Now, news coming out, half an hour before the race went off was that, her hamstring was sore. Now, with that said, she did not take part in the meet at all. Now, from my perspective, Track is, I believe that this is, a strategic move by Sha'carri Richardson. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to, minimize any, injury that an athlete is going through. But at this particular moment, moments before the World Championships, Track is, I'm not trying to think that, Sha'carri Richardson has an injury. You know why? Because it means that if she has an injury, Tallou is going in at her best. Shericka is going to be going in at her best. We're hoping Shelly is going in at her best. Then it means that her possible chances of, winning, a gold medal or just winning a medal, has been cut completely. So again, as it relates to Americans, you all have to choose one. You know what I mean? You all have to pick one. It's either she's injured and say, well, her chance of medaling is not gonna be great, or this was a strategic move by Sha'carri. And again, to me, it's a strategic move. Why? Yes, I have to give Sha'carri credit. She's definitely stood up to her competition this season, and biggest competition so far, in my opinion, Shericka Jackson that has dropped 10.65 at her championships. Now, coming off, her 6 rounds at her US championships, to qualify for the World Championships in 2 events, she faced off against a Shericka Jackson that was fresh off at 10.65. No, she was also supposed to line up with Marie-Jose Tallou in that race as well, but Marie-Jose, chickened out and pulled out of the race. Now, of course, Sha'carri Richardson went on to, take that win from, Shericka, and post that, we know that Shericka is in training, so she's not going to be able to drop her absolute fastest times on the circuit until she gets to the World Championships. But here, in lies the issue again. Sha'carri is running back-to-back races. So literally 2 days after that, she took up herself and also go run, in another 100-meter race. And this time the leg said, child, I'm dead. I can't manage. You know what I mean? But she still, performed well, and she placed second, behind Julian Alfred in that race. But it was clear that at this point, you need some rest, right? Now, in light of, what was taking place with her, now, and also in consideration, of what Shericka is also doing in training, I did a preview video saying, look here, Marie-Jose Tallou thinks she's very smart. She's trying to come into this race and one-up these athletes because, one, she knows that Shericka is not necessarily going to be giving her 100% because she's currently in training and using these races as a training run. And Sha'carri Richardson clearly, is out of it, considering that she's run so many races and her legs at this point, will not be able to carry her to her typical 10-7 that she's been dropping this season. So, in my opinion, she chose the perfect opportunity, to pounce on the field, trying to, in my opinion, get the psychological edge right before, the World Championships. This big matchup, was still, waiting in the wings. And of course, moments before, she withdrew. And I have no issue with that. Why? Because, again, there's a difference between running on the circuit and defeating, the top contenders whilst going into a world championships that you've never ever been to. That is a whole different ball game. The pressure that's going to be levied on her shoulders, from a country perspective, her country is going to be looking for her, to give a good account of herself, right? And going in, with a psychological, loss against, Marie Jose Talu may not be the best thing for an athlete that has never ever been to the World Championships. So, in my opinion, this was a good call by Sha'carri and a good move to not enter this particular race. Now you may ask me, then wasn't Sharika in the race? Wouldn't she also suffer a psychological edge? No, not really. I don't believe so. Why? Sharika has been to multiple world championships and the Olympics for years on end, so she has the experience. And two, she's also faced this type of Talu already in competition, and she's lost to her. And when it mattered the most at the world championships in the finals, or that was the Olympics in the finals, she still trumped Talu at that moment. So for me, I do not think Talu would be able to get a psychological edge over Sharika heading into the world championships. However, maybe it would have affected Sha'carri heading into her first world championships. This would not be a loss for her to suffer, because again, she knows, like the rest of the world knows, the people to look out for is Marie Jose Talu, Shericka Jackson, and of course Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. So she knows this. She does not want to suffer a loss, in my opinion, right before the championship. So rightly so, she pulled out of the meet. And again, I'm not looking to say that she is injured, because if she's injured, this is not a good sign, heading into the championships, for her to collect a medal. So I'm holding it as, a strategic move by, Sha'carri to take herself out of that race, get the rest she requires, and of course, get back in peak condition to come to the World Championships, and of course, challenge for gold, the gold medal that y'all Americans are looking to see. But anyway, Trackies, sound off in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. What do you think about this move by Sha'carri? Do you believe she is injured? Do you want to say she's injured heading into the World Championships? As a matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, is this gonna be an excuse? Let's say she doesn't win gold, at the World Championships. Am I gonna hear y'all say, well, she suffered a sore hamstring before, the World Championships? Trackies, I'm telling you right now. I don't want to hear it. So anyway, as I said, sound off. Let me know, which one is it? Was it a strategic move by Sha'carri, a smart move by her, or is she, genuinely, facing, issues with her hamstring that caused her to pull out of the meet? As usual, like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.